Origin just and this is Burger King versus McDonald's patty patty rivalry. Okay, yeah, that's a good pun there. This about some fat files. Yeah, okay. This like McDonald's is like one of the biggest restaurant fast food thing there is. I don't know. Besides Coca-Cola and things, I don't know. Yeah, Burger King is like I don't know how well Burger King does. I guess well enough. Like we have Burger King here. I don't know. People eat it, but yeah, it always feels like basically Pepsi to Coca-Cola. How that works? Like basically, I don't even know if they're like even Pepsi has like strong. I don't know. I don't know how good Burger King stock and like how popular that is. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let's watch it.
All right, I'm just gonna be honest with you. All of the research for this video started because of a meme, and honestly, it could not have went any better. Today we're talking about Burger King. Okay, look, I have been sent this meme like 10,000 times in the last month. I'm not sure why. It must have went viral somewhere. Basically, the United States military has a Burger King that they can deploy anywhere on the planet in like 24 hours. So this piqued my interest for obvious reasons. I mean, nothing says you're outclassed like watching a foreign military drive a Burger King out the back of a cargo plane. Bearing that in mind, I thought to myself, surely this is an incredible business that I should look into because they probably have a really impressive business model. And
yeah, this is that ice cream roll shit, right? In the World Wars, right? Like America was just giving ice cream to everyone while everybody was starving.
It was partially correct because it was definitely worth looking into. There is not an impressive business model behind this company, okay? Not only is there not an impressive business model, there's not even really a business model, okay? As far as I can tell, Burger King was literally founded to troll McDonald's, and that has pretty much been their only mandate ever since. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Delete me.
Yeah, delete me.
You were hired for one ad only. You're done.
There can only be one.
Do something.
You're on your own. His boobs are bigger and he just made a Star Wars Highlander reference. Anyways, Delete Me, biggest sponsor of the channel. You guys know the deal by now. You give them money, they make sure the data brokers on the internet are not selling your personal information. These data brokers are legally required to stop selling your information if you ask them to the right way. Unfortunately, each data broker has a different right way. And Delete Me knows all of them. Not only do they go and they get all that information taken down, they continue to monitor all these data brokers in case they get your information again, and then they tell them to quit selling it again. Buh! You can actually do all that yourself. Buh! I mean, yeah, you could. You could also wire your own house and grow your own food, but at some point it becomes more cost and time effective to just let the professionals do their job, and plus, they'll probably do a better job to begin with. I mean, here's the results they got for me. They reviewed over 18,000 listings from over 180 different data brokers and gotten over 3,000 listings removed almost every single month. And to be honest, I have absolutely no idea how long that would have taken me to do it if I decided to do it myself, but I'm 100% sure I would rather just pay Delete Me like $6 a month to do it for me. So if you're like me and you wanted to give Delete Me a try, I'm gonna have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, our story begins in 1954 when the founders of Burger King, Keith Kramer and Matthew Burns, went out to San Bernardino, California, and ate at the very first McDonald's, and they're like, holy shit, what a brilliant business model. They're selling cheap hamburgers through a drive-thru, just maximizing profits. It'd be a really good idea if we stole this exact business model and then took it over to the East Coast and started it in Jacksonville, Florida. They got a piece of equipment known as the Insta Broiler that they thought was gonna be a faster and more efficient way to cook hamburgers, and opened up their very first Insta Burger King. And just like McDonald's, it was very successful right out of the gate. They rapidly started opening up new franchises all over the country. Now, the way they did franchises in the beginning was, well, it was kind of fucking stupid, to be honest with you. The way they did it was they would basically sell the rights to a district or a region of the United States to a franchisee, and that franchisee could then put up as many Burger Kings in that area as they wanted, and there was really no rules whatsoever. And what this meant was it was a restaurant and it said Burger King on the outside, but if you went to a different district where a franchisee ran their business completely differently, you were going to a different Burger King, but it was basically a completely different restaurant. The only similarity was that they both sold hamburgers, which kind of makes sense from this like eye in the sky point of view, but from a consumer standpoint, it was very confusing. And this goes on for over a decade. They continue to open up franchises.
I guess they didn't have like rules and regulations the way they have today. Like you must have this, you must have that. Like it must be just this. Terms and conditions apply. It basically have to mimic every other restaurant. Like they have that today. They're very like they are so like strong about it, the ice cream thing happening, right? I don't know what the fuss is about, like ice cream machines are broken, like it's never broken in India. I guess it's only broken in America or something, like like the origin country, how are machines broken there? But yeah, it's like ice cream machine thing are always broken. Why they're broken? Because nobody want to clean them. Because cleaning is a whole fucking issue, and like they just say it's broken or something, right? But they have to have ice cream machine because you can't have the like whatever, like you can't have the ownership of that place if you don't like add ice cream machine. So they added rules later on, I'm guessing.
All over the United States. The entire company gets bought and sold out on like 3 separate occasions during that initial 10 years. And then in 1967, all 274 Burger King franchises get bought out by Pillsbury for $18 million.
Sir,
I'll get it together. I promise.
And the man from Pillsbury that gets put in charge of Burger King is an executive by the name of Norman Brinker. 2 things he does right out of the gate. He standardizes Burger King across the board. We're not going to have any more of this, like, you have this experience in this district and this experience in that district. No, we're going to standardize it. All Burger Kings are going to be relatively the same. That way, when somebody's going from a different location to a different location, they can expect to find the same menu items and have relatively the same experience. And the second thing he does, he kicks off the long-standing Burger King tradition, and quite honestly, as far as I can tell, the only business model they've ever had of shit-talking McDonald's, because he launches a major ad campaign basically saying that Burger King is better than McDonald's because Burger King has bigger burgers. So naturally, McDonald's, being a good sport about it, launched a retaliatory ad campaign. No, I'm just kidding. They actually kicked off their long-standing tradition of having frivolous lawsuits against rivals. They tried to sue Burger King and lost, which is honestly a pretty incredible lack of a sense of humor on McDonald's part, considering that their mascot is a clown. So Burger King continues to smack talk.
What was it? I think that was like, I remember as a kid, there was a Hulk Hogan movie. I forgot what the name was. So he's some kind of alien or something. He goes to 2 bodybuilders, like, what you gonna do about it? Well, let's fight it out or some shit like that, the Hulk Hogan way, right? And those 2 fight. We're gonna sue you. This is America. That is so on point, man. Like, yeah, American justice system, right? Like, if some major ass company like McDonald's with like, like one of the biggest, like market share ever, if you somebody like that, yeah, you're probably gonna sue because that's like nothing to you, right? And that's like really like resource and time consuming thing for the other party. So it's like as a threat can be. So it kind of makes sense. And McDonald's is like, that's the thing that started this. Burger King is literally copy. So why would they go back and forth? Like, of course they're gonna sue. Like, I'm not gonna stoop down myself to your level type of shit. But yeah, isn't like if you do it indirectly, like launch an ad campaign and indirectly like attack McDonald's as something. But if you directly, I remember like watching few ads even in here, right, where a rival company directly attacks the other company in the ad with the name. I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that defamation or something? Like, can you do that? Like, indirectly makes sense with the name. Like, I'm pretty sure there was like cleaning product, like, like, I don't know, was it a cleaning product or like, like, washing powder product, I don't know, something like that. Basically say like, this doesn't, other company's name, like this doesn't work that great, it doesn't whiten your clothes, this and that, and just like directly attack like that. I mean, what the fuck? Isn't that a lawsuit? Come on.
McDonald's continues to cry about it. The next big thing that Burger King does is they start landing licensing agreements with big companies like Lucasfilms and Disney. And for my inner child, this is my favorite part because this is an objective fact that Burger King had the best Happy Meal toys my entire childhood, okay? They start having Happy Meal toys of all the upcoming Disney movies. They start having memorabilia for the Star Wars movies. They had literally the best Happy Meal toy of all time, the golden Pokemon card, okay? I remember when I was like 7, 8 years old, opening up that Pokeball case and thinking that I was immediately a millionaire like fucking Scrooge McDuck. It was the...
Ignore back then, like, okay, right now is, Disney, right? Where Disney owns a Marvel and everything. Imagine, like, do they have the same thing? Because that would be too overpowered, right? Like, Disney, Pokemon, everything that comes with Disney, like Marvel, right? Like it's a Star Wars and everything, damn.
The best toy ever as a child. This is brilliant marketing on Burger King's part because let me tell you, as a child, I viewed going to Burger King as an investment opportunity, okay? I was trying to convince my parents to go to Burger King breakfast, lunch, and dinner so I could get more gold and become rich. By the 1980s, Burger King is absolutely losing to McDonald's on the business front, so they have the horrible idea of like, hey, you know what would help if we added a bunch of random shit to the menu to give people more options? Okay, this is a horrible idea. I've said this once, I'll say it again because I wholeheartedly believe it. Adding more options is almost never a good thing on the business front, especially especially in the restaurant industry.
It's a hamburger made out of meat on a bun with nothing. Add ketchup if you want. I couldn't care less.
I mean, look at Chick-fil-A. I did a whole video on that previously. It is pound for pound easily the most effective and profitable fast food chain in the world right now. They've got 1/7 as many locations as McDonald's. They're only open 6 days out of the week as opposed to 7, and each Chick-fil-A outperforms a McDonald's by a factor of like 20. And look at what they're doing. They're selling chicken sandwiches. That's it. They've got one fucking menu item and they're wrecking house. Okay, KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Overcomplicating shit almost never works. I mean, look at German engineering. Oh my God, everything they work on is an engineering marvel. It's so complex. Nobody else could possibly keep up. Keep up at what? Losing fucking world wars? Ask any mechanic on the planet if they want to work on a BMW. They're going to say, fuck no, because it's an overcomplicated piece of shit. But
Yeah, all right. I disagree with that. Obviously, complicated German engineering has issues, but the benefits far like outperforms everything. Like even the issues doesn't matter at that point. And I remember like 7 or so years ago, people were buying BMWs here. They're sensor problems. And I'm like, fucking hell, sensor problems. Like sometimes if you close the door, it suddenly just assumes that somebody's trying to steal it and starts to like alarm starts to flare off or all that shit. But yeah, I don't know. Look, man, German engineering is OP as fuck. The whole reason world wars, in the center of world wars, is always Germany, because Germany was that powerful. Before World War I, Germany was getting so powerful, they were getting ideas, right? The whole reason Germany used Austria's revenge to have its own, attempted conquest, whatever they're trying to do. The whole reason they did that because they were flying sky high. Whole the German engineering and scientific hub the Germany was. Even to this day, like the best vehicles you can buy is probably German. More reliable is probably going to be Japan, but not that far off. Germany is not that far off. But when it comes to like whole technology and things, like Mercedes spends so much money in a day that most companies don't even use in a month type of shit, right? Like they're flying sky high. Nowadays, I don't hear anything about like BMWs and Mercedes having any kind of problem, like sensors or anything. And saying like a mechanic doesn't want to work on a BMW, it's like saying some mechanic don't want to work on a space shuttle. Of course, it is complicated. Like, yeah, it will require effort. But a BMW is BMW. Something as like a Toyota Corolla is Toyota Corolla. There's two things that are different, right? You get way too many things with BMW. M3s are just untouchable. M3, M5s, these are all untouchable. Nothing can touch this shit.
But that's what Burger King does, desperately trying to keep up with McDonald's. Over the course of the next decade, it drives the franchise straight into the ground, and by 1989, they have to end up selling to some big European conglomerate, Grand Metro, for $5.7 billion. Oh wait, I almost forgot literally the worst and scariest part of this entire video. In addition to adding a bunch of different items to the menu, one of the items that they added was a bigger version of the Whopper, because McDonald's around this point in time came out with the Quarter Pounder, so Burger King wanted to one-up them, so they came up with the Third Pounder, okay? Not a horrible idea. Bigger is better, great marketing ploy, okay? What they underestimated was how fucking stupid people are. Okay, the 1/3 pounder was a complete flop and nobody could figure out why for the life of them. It was basically the same price as the Quarter Pounder. Literally more hamburger for the same amount of money. So they did a bunch of...
Hold up there. Did they confuse between 1/3 and... They just saw 4 and they're like, this is probably bigger. This is a 1/4 being bigger than 1/3. Is that what they thought? I don't even know, man.
Market research, and what the market research found out was the average person at a glance thought that the Quarter Pounder was the better deal because 4 is a bigger number than 3.
I don't believe you.
Okay, do you understand how fucking stupid that is? That's like calling up a...
No, that is America, man. You are so fucking rich. Even if you can spend more than a second to think about something, you're not fucking gonna. You just see 3 and 4, the 4th is better, and just walk there. You won't even gonna think about it. You just live in a different world. That's what it is. Like, why think about it? Like, yeah, just like, let's work some basic job. I can afford some McDonald's and shit. Why think about it? Yeah, there you go. I'll get a beer. 4 that's bigger. I'll eat it. I'll watch NFL or something. Who gives a fuck?
A pizza place and be like, hey, can you do me a solid? I want to order a large pepperoni pizza, but instead, can you cut it into 12 pieces instead of 10? Because I'm really hungry right now. I swear, every time I think about this, I have an existential crisis, okay? Like, all right, look, I'm not saying I don't like democracy necessarily, but every time I hear shit like this, and I know that these people's vote count for as much as my vote does,
After you bitching about communism, you can't say nothing. You can't even think about that shit. That's what basically this is. I know people are communism and it's different. It's like economical, this and that. Like, yeah, you understand my point. But yeah, like everything's gonna draw back. And the drawback of this is that democracy works so well that people are stupid because they are living in that much leisure. What I just said a few minutes ago.
Fucking. We're just gonna move on. And this is where we get to the Burger King that we really know today, because Grand Metro has a two-pronged approach on how to turn this company around. Prong one, they're going to expand globally, have Burger Kings all over the world. That part works out really well. The second prong, they're going to double down on historically what has worked for Burger King, primarily continuing to get licensing deals for awesome kids meal toys and shit-talking McDonald's. So we're just going to go ahead and go right down the list of their greatest McDonald's trolls of all time. There's their unofficial slogan, "Why eat with a clown when you could dine with a king?" There's that time that they had a Burger King dress up as a McDonald's for Halloween. Then there's probably one of the best ads I think I've seen in my entire life. There's multiple videos and accounts on the internet of people that have had a McDonald's hamburger for like 25 years, and the thing hasn't aged. It doesn't mold, it doesn't deteriorate. It looks very similar to the day that it was bought. So Burger King, obviously taking a shot at McDonald's with this, made an ad where they showed a Whopper getting moldy and decaying over the course of 34 days. Literally just saying the quiet part out loud, like, is our food good? No, not really, but at least bacteria is willing to eat it, unlike McDonald's. Okay, that's an incredible ad. Literally scientifically proving in like...
What the fuck? Yeah, that is their message, right? Like, that food is so inedible, whatever. Like, even bacteria is not touching it while our food decays. Our food is normal. Our food is human, right? Our food is from Earth. It will decay in a month, right? Their food doesn't. That's what you're eating. That's some insane shit.
30 seconds flat that they are healthier than the competition is brilliant. But just for the record, I am absolutely not saying that Burger King is healthy for you, okay? The Bacon King has like 2,100 calories just in the sandwich, okay? I ate one like 3 weeks ago. It felt like my cardiovascular system got shifted into 4 low for like 3 hours. But it did taste better than a Big Mac.
I don't understand how can people eat 2,000 calories. I tried doing that. Like, I've eaten like... what is it called? Cheese is, I don't know if it's called same in the US or not, but in Domino's, right? Cheese burst pizza, where it's like cheese, molten cheese is like stuffed inside, right? Which if you eat like 10-inch version of it, it will contain something like 2 to 2,500 calories. And I've eaten that. It's easier to eat. But after eating that, man, that's like 6-7 hours. I'm like, what the fuck? Right, so I don't know how people. I guess like I'm not a I'm not a non-vegetarian, so maybe meat and things doesn't make you feel like that, and you can just like increase calorie that way. I don't know, but that's just insane. And yeah, like look, any fast food is not healthy or unhealthy for you. You just need to know, like, in order for those foods to work, they use certain type of fats and things to preserve it, because there's a reason these are fast foods, right? They prepare this much before, and then they just like. Other part of the preparation they do when you order, right? They don't make it from scratch, and in order for that to happen, some kind of like fats, oils, and they process it a bit. What that does is like, it's not that it's bad for you. Maybe, who knows, like there's no detailed research about that, but it's that it packs a lot of calories, right? A small burger like that, right? A basic burger would give you like any from like 700 to 800 calories. Any other food at that size should be like 300-400 calories, right? Maybe this has like a bit more protein and things, but it's not 800 calorie type of thing. So you just need to, like, it's not healthy if you eat it every day, especially if you want to hit your macros and things. This will basically shoot it up.
Big Mac. So there is that. Which brings me to my next point. Their burgers are substantially bigger than McDonald's, and they like to prove that in the funniest ways possible, one of which is with one of the most iconic ads of all time, the Tiny Hands ad.
Have a BK double cheeseburger with us.
Nah, I'm gonna hit McDonald's at halftime.
Are you kidding?
I have these tiny hands, and that BK double cheeseburger is so big, it's gonna make them look even tinier.
Then there was that time when the new It movie premiered in Germany. They effectively turned the entire It film into one major advertisement for Burger King. And while those ads are funny and memorable, at the end of the day, it's just...
It thing fits so perfectly, never trust a clown. It is so perfect, right? I don't know, man. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, oh shit, here it comes. right? But that Burger King thing, like, I'm gonna go Burger King. What is it, McDonald's? Yeah, I'm gonna go McDonald's. And then my hands are smaller. Oh, I can't eat Burger King. Like, isn't that, again, like I said, isn't that like direct attack at your rival in an ad? Can they sue for, I guess they just don't care, like, sue us, like, we'll just say, like, there's no defamation, we didn't directly say anything bad, we just use your name or something, I don't know.
Clever marketing. It's not actually trolling the enemy, which they also excel at. So you know how Burger Kings are always like right next to or across the street from a McDonald's? Well, somebody at Burger King got the brilliant idea. They're like, hey, we've got this mobile app. What if we came up with a way to make it so people were incentivized to go to McDonald's to order food from Burger King? They created what they called the Whopper Detour, and basically what they did is they used the GPS tracking inside of the Burger King app, and if you were inside of a McDonald's location while you were ordering on your phone from Burger King, they would only charge you $1 for a Whopper, effectively driving more business over to Burger King selling cheaper hamburgers, but also giving the illusion that people were walking into McDonald's, standing there for a few minutes, and then leaving empty-handed and dissatisfied before walking next door to Burger King. And my personal favorite troll actually happened—
Wait a minute, that is too targeted. I'm pretty sure that breaks some laws, right? I'm pretty sure like it must be like some lawyer really like cleverly thinks about like this must break some laws because it's like too targeted, right? It's too incentivized, right? Like you're incentivizing going there and coming back empty-handed. You're a rival. I don't know, man.
This year in 2024, what happened was over in Ireland, there's a small chain of like 100 restaurants called Supermax. And McDonald's has effectively been trying to sue this company because apparently Supermax is infringing upon their trademark of the Big Mac, and they've been taking them to court for a couple of years, and they recently just lost in court,
I guess sue Apple as well. They use Mac as well. It's Mac. It's like Ford once like gave a cease and desist order to like Ferrari. You can't use the word F-150. Yeah, F-150 is like a pickup truck. That F-150 would be a supercar. Separate things. You can't own a word F-150. But apparently they can.
Losing their trademark for the Big Mac term in all of the European Union. So Burger King immediately quit selling Whoppers and is now selling not Big Macs at every BK in Europe. And McDonald's can't do a single thing about it because they lost the trademark to the term Big Mac, and it's absolutely beautiful. And while the savagery was pretty uniquely pointed at McDonald's in particular for a long time, it's kind of leaked out and now anybody can get it. Ever since Burger King got Twitter, they're just clapping back at—
See, only thing I can say, based on some, let's just say, psychological, how our psyche works, psychology analysis, if your whole advertising and like whatever you do is based around like dunking on your opponent, let's just say rival, and you keep naming them, like you're going to change your name to something Mac, I don't know if you can win against McDonald's because your whole strategy is like to show people like you're better than McDonald's. You keep bringing up McDonald's. That will drive people to McDonald's. That's like that's how our psyche works basically, right? That's why a lot of big companies, even if they have incentives, they don't directly name their rival or like do any kind of like thing that like attack them that way, right? They try to keep away and like play some mind games. So that's it. You don't want people to know, oh, we are better than McDonald's. We are better than McDonald's. People will go to McDonald's. Like you're basically, like subliminal messages. Like you're basically telling them. So if Burger King keeps doing that, I don't think they can even get close to winning against McDonald's.
Everybody online. In 2018, Kanye tweeted that McDonald's was his favorite restaurant, to which BK reposted and just said, "That explains a lot," which is a tweet that is just aged like fine wine. In 2021, on International Women's Day, Burger King tweeted, "Women belong in the kitchen." Now, to their credit, the first comment made immediately after that tweet and pinned by Burger King was explaining how women only account for 20% of chefs and they wanted to get more women involved in the culinary industry. However, people aren't clicking into the comments section and reading the comments once they read that. They're just clicking and immediately—
Bad. That reply doesn't work. Oh yeah, we just want to do it. It's just 20%. Bullshit. Wait a minute, doesn't that piss off women? Like you're just killing your base, man. Come on.
Immediately getting pissed off and typing something furiously. So once again, Burger King gave the average person too much credit on their intelligence, and nobody actually read the secondary part where they like had a heartfelt message of trying to, get women into the workforce. No, people were just immediately pissed. And then who could forget December 9th, 2024, right after the man that assassinated the healthcare CEO was captured after being identified by a McDonald's worker, Burger King allegedly tweeted, "We don't snitch."
This motherfucker don't miss.
Now, in Burger King's defense, that's not a real tweet, and they didn't actually tweet that. That was fabricated and then spread all over the internet after the fact. However, the fact that a lot of people had to go online and verify that that was a fake tweet speaks volumes. Which brings us to the Burger King scandals, because let's face it,
I mean, after women building in the kitchen, it just tells you, like, this is not corporately vetted message. Obviously, their thing was like, of course, people are going to read second message. They didn't. So people just going to assume, yeah, sure, I can see Burger King giving that message. Why the fuck not? And the whole, like, what is it, UHC, whatever, like, CEO getting... I understand people, like, getting pissed off about the healthcare system, but you need to get the base right, and then you can think about everything. It's like Occam's razor, like, get the, simplicity first, right, in a way. People cheating for, like, a killer or murderer, I don't know what to say about that, man. I don't care your reason, like, that's the base thing. Let's think about that first.
Can't troll this hard and be this savage on the internet, not go a little bit too far every once in a while, and they've done it. In 2009, they had the Whopper Sacrifice campaign, and you could literally download an app on your phone that would integrate with Facebook, and you could pick 10 people to delete off your friends list. And if you did it, it would send a message to that friend that you unfriended, and it would be like, you just got sacrificed for a Whopper, and then after you did that 10 times, you would get a coupon for a free Whopper. Apparently, a bunch of people got really mad about this. Personally, I think that's absolutely hilarious. If you're gonna get mad at me because I unfriended you on Facebook to get a free Whopper and you're not understanding, honestly, I don't know why we're friends to begin with in the first place. Okay, back when I did have Facebook, I would unfriend the best man in my wedding every year on his birthday and then re-add him the next day for no other reason that it was funny. Okay?
Yeah, I'm a grown-up, people that are not grown-up, and the point is this system would be exploited. People won't be mad at me to unfriend them. They're like, oh, you did that for a burger, yeah, cool, add me again, I'm gonna do that again type of shit. I'm gonna do this time. If your friend get pissed off at this, it's like, they're still childish a bit. I don't know, man, like, you're an adult, come on. But then again, like, if you're at this age around, you wouldn't have Facebook. Like, I barely touch social media in the first place. Like YouTube, there you go. I have, Instagram, I sometimes put it. I can barely, like, check notifications and things. There you go.
Okay, if you incentivized me with free Whoppers, I'd do it every day. And guess what? He would laugh every single day because that shit's funny. But this pales in comparison to their biggest scandal ever. In 2018, it was the Russian Soccer World Cup. And a Burger King franchise in Russia advertised and offered up $47,000 in cash and a lifetime supply of free Whoppers to any woman that would get impregnated by a World Cup soccer player. This was to, and I quote, get the best football genes and lay down the success of the Russian national football team. Now, on one hand, is that funny? My lawyer told me that I have to say no. On the other hand, could you imagine some Russian...
Your lawyer told you no, for what? What laws does that break? And seriously, like, let's think about what laws does that break? Like, some shit that Russia did, right? Incentivizing people, like, you're not incentivizing anything, right? If you find that funny, it's like, isn't that part of your First Amendment, right? Like, you're not doing anything physically, or like, you're not behind that. How does that break any law?
Woman getting knocked up by a football player and immediately calling JG Wentworth.
It's my money and I need it now!
And the craziest part about all of this is that people weren't actually mad that Burger King was essentially incentivizing women to become gold diggers for Whoppers. No, the public outcry was essentially saying that this promotion excluded women that weren't capable of bearing children. No, I'm just fucking with you. But the fact that I had you going for that long speaks volumes of the world that we live in today. So yeah, in conclusion, that is...
I mean, the world of OnlyFans and shit, like, yeah, people like, yeah, it makes sense when you say it like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I literally believed it as soon as he said that, like, how stupid this world is. Yeah, people who can't, women who can't conceive probably were outraged. As soon as I heard that, I'm like, yeah, makes sense. Like, that feels like the headline. That's how fucked up it is. Not that, oh, this doesn't make sense, and like, that's not even remotely the point here. The point is this whole thing is BS. Well, no, what about the women who can't conceive? I immediately believe that.
Burger King in a nutshell. They were basically founded to troll McDonald's, and now they just fuck with everybody for fun and sell hamburgers on the side. Is it a good business model? One that I would recommend that you pursue? Probably not, but also, I'm here for it. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out. You guys got to quit sending me memes. I don't think I'm mature enough to handle the internet.
Yeah, okay. I think Burger King must be doing fine if they're still surviving. I don't know. I guess burgers are one of those things like you can't have enough burgers apparently, right? Like McDonald's are doing so fine, but still there's like enough people that even Burger King is doing fine. Why not? But yeah, McDonald's is probably doing really fine, right? And yeah, like fast foods are not really bad. Like I eat a lot of McDonald's as well, like just to get that protein, right? I'm a vegetarian, like sometimes, yeah. And it's fast food. It is in the word fast. But yeah, you need to be wary of like what you're doing. It's not really unhealthy or healthy. You just need to know what you're eating basically. Alright, well, that was Burger King versus McDonald's patty rivalry by the channel Fat Files. If you like my next one, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.